Hi, welcome to another episode of Tim's Antique Trains. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and a layout update. Now I know that the last time in my last video I said that I would be doing a review of my American Flyer HO steam engine. However, I have not had time to edit that quite yet. It is coming soon, but the reason I haven't is because I have been working on building the layout right now. So I promise that video is coming out very soon. But first, I thought it would be a perfect time to do a real quick unboxing and then give you a quick layout tour. Alright, here we go. So, I was actually able to find this at a local antique store. It is a Milwaukee Road E7. We'll give you the overview of what is in the box. This engine is made by IHC. I don't actually have a date of when it was made, but I'll give you what I do know about it. This has actually been custom painted in the Milwaukee Road colors. The shell is originally an E8, but it's been modified into an E7 engine. Here's what it looks like on the bottom. This engine has also been updated with new couplers. I believe these are not Katy, or they are Katy. I'm not sure. I haven't taken it apart that far yet. And the one on the front is definitely not a Katy. It is a plastic variation. It's actually pretty heavy. Now this engine, unfortunately, I can't do a test on the tracks right now because this engine is so long. It is much longer than any of my other locomotives. Now if I'll grab an F7 unit for comparison. So here they are side by side, the E unit and the F unit. It's significantly longer. The problem too is that this locomotive, the trucks cannot turn on very sharp radius curves. Now I have 18-inch radius curves on my layout right now, which means that this engine will run fine going down straight on the track, but as soon as I hit a curve, it instantly pops off the track. It just derails. It cannot make the curves. So that means one of two things. Either this engine will sit in its box, or I will be modifying my entire layout to use flex track and make larger radius curves. Probably the latter will happen, is that I will use flex track. So that's mostly all I have on this locomotive, although the box is kind of neat. There are actually, though this is not original paint, engines that were available. This is always a neat paint scheme. The New Haven, I like the colors of it, but particularly my favorite would be this right here, is the Chicago Northwestern E units. That would be a perfect match for my layout. Alright, that is all for the locomotive review. I'm going to take the camera off the tripod and we'll go walk around the basement and take a look at the progress of my train. So right now I can't run any of the trains, although I could if I removed the dust cover. But it's just protecting most of the trains from getting sawdust all over them as I was cutting wood down here with the skill saw. Alright, so hopefully this gives you a better perspective of what I was talking about in my first video about how the train table will be laid out. So this is going to be the peninsula of it. It's going to come out. This track is all going to be removed. This whole thing is going to be painted and have scenery applied. The track will be, the HO track will loop around, but it will probably be more of a dog bone shape on this end. And then this is actually not going to be a gap in the end. It's going to be butted up against the other table and bolted together for stability. This is only here because I'm still working on the framing. Then the tracks will come around, go down the center of this board and follow the next one around. So I do have some of the flyer track laid on that table in the corner, like I said, where that forest section is going to be. So that is mostly it for the layout. So it's going to make a giant horseshoe. So this table is already cluttered up with new acquisitions, Plasticville buildings. There's an entire Christmas village in this box underneath all the trees. And then here's something pretty unique. Now this is something that's going to end up in my forest section. It's hand-built little wood buildings. So those are going to be a neat addition to the forest area. Build a little camp, logging camp or something. I do want to take a quick peek at the construction of these tables. The tops were actually pre-built from the person that I acquired them from. I still have a tripod for supporting the middle of it. I can put that away. These are just standard H-frame type construction, and then it's screwed together. You can see on this table that I have the stability bracing already installed. The L piece does not have that yet. So all three of the new sections are constructed with the H-frame plus stability braces. The original table, well, let's just say that was my first table and it was an experiment. It holds up the trains. Well, thank you for watching. That has been Tim's Antique Trains Layout Update.